I had a really frustrating conversation with like a boomer acquaintance of mine, where basically this person is very
$1 billion. Oh, oops. Yeah, derp. I misspoke. Anyways,
this person is very sort of pro residential real estate as an investment.
Ugh.
And you know what? Yeah, you're gonna hear what might sound to you like political positions, but these are not really political if you can take off the political hat for a little bit and just kind of look at the facts. Investment in residential real estate only makes sense if it always go up. If it always go up, then that means cost of living always go up, which is bad for anyone who isn't a landowner. The landowning class is now grossly disproportionately older people, with younger people being unable to get in because always go up. And no, landlords are not providing a service. What they are doing, if they own more than one property, is holding property in hopes that it go up. And I guess what's frustrating for me is looking at everyone's brilliant plan. In Canada, we have a housing affordability crisis that is maybe rivaled by Australia.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's awful down there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really rough for all of the same reasons. Starting at around the same time, around 30 to 40 years ago. They stopped investing in social housing. They started providing tax benefits or tax loopholes, essentially, for investments into residential property. They haven't done enough to regulate corporations buying residential property and then
that's the worst part.
Rent-evicting people and like all that kind of stuff.
Some random individual owning like their first property still and owning a second property and renting out their first one doesn't seem that bad to me compared to giant corporations owning multiple entire apartment buildings and city blocks and all this kind of stuff. It's like, whoa, okay.
It's about control, right? Anyway, the point is that like it's been so frustrating for me seeing the regulatory attempts at fixing this problem when the answer is so obvious. You just need to tax the ever-loving shit out of multiple property ownership, and it can be a sliding scale.
Yeah.
Like you need a place to live. That should be super low. If you have an investment property or a vacation property, the reality of it is you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And it should go up a lot.
Yeah.
And by the time you're looking at 3 or 4, that should be pretty much a straight line.
To the moon.
Because
to the moon.
It's just common sense. You know, you don't get to line up for the buffet again until everybody's got a plate. Because if there isn't enough for everyone to have seconds, then everyone's got to have firsts first.
Yeah, and everyone's one being very affordable model would be fantastic in my opinion. We also have an issue where we have this is getting spicy, but
Can I talk about the regulations first?
Yes.
Have you seen some of the proposed like bull crap?
No,
like, how about rent subsidies to people who can't afford rent?
That's not going to help at all.
I'm sorry.
That just makes landlords richer.
Did you just propose
More
taking
money
public
landlords.
funding and giving it to landowners?
Yeah.
I says fucking pardon?
That's brutal too, because that will probably just result in rent going up in price as well.
Of course it will.
Because they know you have more money.
Of course
and
it will.
Be more competitive.
Because the higher the prices go, the more risk the people who want to get into land ownership are taking, and the bigger their mortgages are, and the bigger the disaster when the whole thing comes crumbling down. Like it's this gigantic house of cards that I've been waiting my entire adult life for it to collapse because it's just ridiculous. But
it just never does.
The new thing is our province, this is amazing, our provincial government just mandated that you cannot have single family zoning anymore.
Yeah.
So every single family plot in the entire province can now be a development opportunity, which on the face of it sounds great for affordability, because all of a sudden it means that any property large enough could have a duplex, a triplex, a quadruplex. I mean, whatever, right? I think it's up to 6, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but more than one. Except for a couple small problems. In the areas where the affordability is worst, the infrastructure is not set up for that.
Not even close.
Not even close. We A, don't have parking, and B, don't have rapid transit. So
I mean, the roads are broken too.
That's the yes.
Like everything is.
And then number two is that
Hospitals.
that doesn't actually help with the affordability of the places we have now, because it turns every single family zoned property into a development opportunity. And as soon as you have individuals bidding on a property against corporations who are going to develop it for profit, you have a problem. They are not going to... I talked about this before when I talked about all the veterinary practices in the Lower Mainland getting bought up, all the independent ones, so that eventually these... I think there's one or two big companies that are buying them all. Eventually, they control the market, and then they can just drive pricing up. And the higher the pricing goes, the higher the rents go. Every landlord wants rent to cover the mortgage. So to say anything else, that somehow it will help affordability for there to be more landlords or something else, is frankly asinine. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
We were talking about regulation issues earlier in the show about how it takes way too long to get approved on things. I was saunaing after the gym a while back, talking to someone who works in the contractor industry. They sell windows to companies that are building buildings. That's their whole thing. And they were talking about how there are projects that they have had fully planned out. And like when you already know the exact size, shape, and quantity of every single window, your building's pretty much planned. So like he knows how far along the process is. At that stage, they have to wait often an additional 3 or 4 years sometimes before they can break ground, which means there's also more time when they have to actually build the thing. That's happening. We have this problem where it's very difficult to build things. And you know what? Sometimes it should be, because you don't want people just making terrible buildings. Cough, pipes have burst in my building like 4 times since I've been there, and I've only been there for like 3 or 4 years. But we have this issue where it's taking forever to be able to build anything. And then we have, by a huge margin, absolute record levels of immigration. So Canada's population overall is going up a bunch.
Yeah, like crazy
very,
right now.
very, very high. Yeah. And the new housing is really slow. So we're not matching that.
Yeah.
So
don't forget about interest rates.
Everyone here across the board is having a really, really, really hard time getting into property ownership. It's extremely difficult to rent. And that's getting worse because the new housing versus population lines are not going together.
It's supply and demand.
Yeah.
And like, I've got people talking in the chat about how this is such a political conversation. Math isn't political. If you think it's political, you're wrong.
Supply of housing is not going up as fast as amount of people is going up. It doesn't matter what the source of amount of people is. This could be new births. This could be immigration. This could be people teleporting here from Mars.
It could be families who used to live together getting mad at each other and
100%.
wanting to live separately. It doesn't matter.
People just growing up and moving away from home. I don't care what the source of this number is. The new housing is not matching it. And that's very rough because it's supporting this bubble, right? It's not allowing this bubble to blow up.
As a property owner, I am rooting hard for a crash.
Me too.
I want a big one.
Yep.
Not because it's not going to be painful. Not because
I'm down. Hurt me.
Because it needs to happen. It needed to happen a long time ago. It should have happened 10, 15 years ago. The fact that we've let it go for so long means it's going to be more painful. So the reason I'm rooting for it is because it's only going to get worse when it finally happens.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, good luck, everybody. Sorry, this is not really the topic. The point is that, hey, China... don't agree with everything that's going on over there, but definitely super into the whole banning gambling in video games and limiting people's ability to just blow their life savings on gacha games.
It's an interesting trend that's been going on. Apparently, Japan is getting in on this too. Various countries around the world cranking down on tech in general, as with their governmental bodies.
So speaking of China, by the way, apparently this video on Bilibili, I don't know how to read view counts here, but I think this is 1.6 million views.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is the TV.
Yeah. This is the unboxing of the gigantic TCL TV. Someone flagged this to me internally that we... oh, no. Is this it? Yeah, it doesn't translate numbers, though, I don't think. Oh, yeah. Oh, 1.8 million?
Wow.
That is freaking crazy. Yeah, so hey, shout out the Bilibili audience. We have a translation team.
That's awesome.
It's
the same team, right?
Well, they've cycled through some members, but it's the same. It's the same team. Oh, here we go.
That's cool.
Nixie subs. Oh, look at that! Look, they have a recruitment URL right here.
Long-term recruitment of paid translators. Nice.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we took someone who was a group that was pirating our videos and uploading them to Bilibili, and we were like, okay, look, you can't do that, but we understand that maybe people want to watch the videos over there. So how about this? Well, we will pay you, and you can upload them, and then we'll just do it that way. And it's been fine. We haven't made any money. It's mostly been just like a service for the people who want to watch over there, because as far as I can tell, you can't buy anything from LTT Store in China. I don't.
Probably not.
Well, man, now I'm kind of curious.
What if you shipped internally?
Internally?
What if you...
Oh, here we go. Sessions by location.
Will they be VPNing?
Would they have to go to lttstore.com?
I think so.
Really?
Wouldn't you?
Speaking of not approving of everything China does.
I don't know 100%. It's been a long time since I've looked into how the firewall works.
That's pretty stupid. Anywho. Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't shown up in the first 400 results, which I think is an indication that probably... Oh, yeah, we had 6 visitors from China. There it is. 6 visitors from China today.
Hong Kong?
I don't know. Doesn't say. Yeah, so, and we have no way to get the money out of our Bilibili account. Last time I checked with Yvonne, I think it was $40,000 sitting in the account there. So a very significant amount of money. But hey, honestly, one of my reasons for not being willing to travel to China was that the Canadian government told me that China arbitrarily detained the 2 Michaels. Now that I know that one of them was a spy and the other one was kind of like drawn into it by the other one, is what they're alleging right now. This is all kind of being aired in public finally. Now that I know that China was like justified in detaining them, it's like, yeah, maybe I'll go there and open a bank account then.
I'm not a spy.
Get the money.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh man. Then again, they might be mad that I smuggled that TV out. Like maybe I'm on a list. I'm probably on some kind of list. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have lists of just about everybody. Again,
we say Taiwan a lot. Not
saying I approve. Chinese Taipei, Luke. No, I know. That's such a stupid name.
Not
it's like,
from me.
You know, there's more than one city in Taiwan.
Yeah.
It's like what if I'm from oh crap.
Hey, you never been to Tainan, bro?
Yeah. It's like if I'm from there, what I'm at the Olympics, I'm representing
China. Never been to Hualien?
Yeah. It's like, come on, guys.
There's a lot of cool places in Taiwan.
Ridiculous. What are we even talking about? We're supposed to explain merch messages? What even is the show today?
Who knows? We made it through like 2 topics.
I don't know, but my social credit score is probably at an all-time low right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the solution. Okay, we can fix this. I can smooth things over with the Chinese government, and I can fix the housing crisis. Everyone who doesn't have a house in Vancouver can just move to a ghost city in China.
Oh.
Genius. Everyone wins.
It's genius.
Amazing.
/S.
Yeah.
For anyone taking that seriously.
Someone
Holy
probably did.
Shake your head.
Someone probably did.
/S.
Yeah.
Okay. Checkmate.